Hey V. My name is Matt Sugden. I am a career advising specialist graduate assistant at CPD. And I'm currently pursuing my master's in college counseling and student affairs. So this is the career and professional planning for graduate students presentation for CPD, which stands for Career and Professional Development. And let's go to the next slide. All right, so why grad school right now? I'm sure you've done a ton of research on why grad school is beneficial to your professional development. Whether you want to make more money or make a career change, want to go into a different industry, you want to network, meet new people, learn new things, you're all in the right place for grad school and for CPD at LMU. So what is your return on investment? Networking, like I mentioned before, is super critical to making a career change, maybe going into a different industry. So we can help you with that at CPD. According to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, people with a master's degree get paid about $250 more per week than those with a bachelor's degree. So definitely beneficial there. So what is our mission at CPD? We provide resources and experiences to help students leverage their Jesuit education to achieve their full potential. So CPD's program, staff, and resources help students identify your values, your interests, your skills, and really understanding how this relates to your professional development. You can explore a wide range of careers, but and we can get into this later in the slides, but there's a specific career coach for the industry that you're interested in. So if you want to book appointments with them and talk about your career goals, that's a really good way of, yeah, achieving your career goals. And just developing and pursuing a career plan for life after college so they can help you as you're a graduate student at LMU, but also really like once you graduate. So who is hiring LMU Lions? This is just, some of the employers or companies that hire Lions. There's a bunch more. If you're going in entertainment, we have partnerships with Paramount, Disney. If you're going to sports, there's LA Rams. If you're going to healthcare, there's Blue Shield, higher education, UCLA, NYU. If you're going to nonprofit, there's City Year and Girls Inc. So these are just some examples. And if you would like to scan the QR code here, that will show you some LMU outcomes of LMU students and what they've gone on to do in their career after they've graduated. Employer expectations. So this is really just, as you're in grad school and hopefully benefiting from our resources here at CPD, kind of what employers are expecting you to be learning. So career and self-development, leadership, communication, professionalism, critical thinking, teamwork, equity, inclusion, and technology. If you're applying for grad school and you've already worked, you may already have some of these skills, but it's really good to, obviously develop these more. And so these are the graduate career education opportunity and experiences at LMU. The first one there, Career Treks, there's different cities in the country where you can go on a trip and visit company headquarters, talk to employers there, develop relationship with employees, and really learn about the type of work that they do. We have partnerships with internship opportunities and companies, organizations. There's Vicare, which is an overnight retreat. And I actually went this year. I just came back from Santa Barbara. They've done it in different locations in previous years. It was a really fun event. I was supporting the undergraduate students there. Their graduate students are welcome to go on Vicare, but it primarily is for undergraduate students. Just really, they're developing their values, their interests, their identities, and how that aligns with their career goals. And then you have like Casual Career Conversations is an event where employers come to LMU, and it's basically like a career fair, but it's a more like relaxed version of a career fair where you can talk to employers, learn about the different internship and job opportunities. And then of course we have career fairs, and then there's a headshot photo booth in CPD, where you can get a professional headshot if that's what you need. It's automated, so you can just use the screen and take like a photo. It's like a huge thing. You take a photo of yourself, and then you can email the photo to yourself, and so you don't even have to schedule an appointment with a photographer. And that is free if you're a graduate student at LMU to use that for your professional headshot needs. And like I mentioned before, there's a dedicated career coach for every school. So let's say you're going into entertainment industry, there's a career coach for that who can specifically cater their guidance and their support for you. And then, you know, if you're going into like law or government or nonprofit or STEM or business related professions, there are coaches for each and every profession. So they really cater their support to you based on your needs and your interests in that industry. Uh, Okay, so again, this is kind of like a summary of what we offer at CPD. So direct connections to top employers in a variety of industries, online and in person, personalized career coaching, as I just mentioned, career resources and technology. So an example of that would be like Handshake, where you can make appointments with the career coaches at CPD. You can also find job opportunities on there, and then you can also like look at the events that we have on campus and like register for those. And then also just intentional partnerships with faculty and community partners to bring career education to you. 24/7 online support, as I mentioned, we have Handshake, LinkedIn Learning for professional development. You know, if you're, let's say you're taking classes like myself and I'm enjoying my program, but I want to have more professional development and something that I might not necessarily know about, what I want to learn more about, there's ways for LinkedIn Learning, so you can access courses there. VMOC, I believe, is for like interviewing skills, resume, cover letter, I believe. Clifton Strengths, if you want to take an assessment, like a career assessment that really goes into your values and your interests, we offer that resource as well. So these are a number of different resources that we also offer like a mentorship resource. I think that's called the Pride, but if I'm not mistaken, they changed the name. And then, yeah, so here you can follow us on social media on Instagram if you want to scan the QR code, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And let me know if I'm going too fast. And next steps are, as I mentioned, you know, follow us on social media. You can activate your Handshake account as well. Graduate student, it would just be the same login, LMU login credentials that you would use for your username and password on Handshake. And if you're not accepted, you know, you can do that once you're accepted, and you can use the QR code there. Are there any questions so far? Or actually, yeah, right now this is towards the end, but are there any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. So my interest is in counseling. And I was just wondering, I know they're having an open house this Friday coming up. I was just wondering if I could be able to speak to like students that are in that program, have like a, I don't know, one-on-one session where I could like learn a little bit more about that counseling program.
V, which counseling
Yeah,
program are you interested in?
The career counseling program.
The one that Matt said, I'm assuming.
Is that the program you're in?
well, so there isn't one specifically for career counseling. It's called college counseling and student affairs. They just changed the name. It used to
There
be
you go, that one.
guidance and counseling.
Oh.
But yeah, if you're interested in career counseling like I am, like that would be, yeah, the major for you.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah,
Emily, if you wanted to, sorry, go ahead.
no, so on Friday when you come to campus, I don't believe we have a current student in that program that will be at the event. You will be able to speak with the School of Education, and their actually counseling admissions team will be there. And then also during the event, you will go to the Office of the Career and Professional Development, and their students will like show you around the office. I'm not sure which students are in the office doing that on Friday, but there might be someone who is more on that career or master's degree track for you to be able to speak with.
Perfect. And then I noticed that you guys have different locations. Where exactly would the location be for that master's program?
Matt, do you want to talk about your classes and where your classes and
Oh
everything?
yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely. Most, if not all, your classes for counseling are going to be in U Hall, which is University Hall. It's kind of towards the bottom of camp. Have you been to the campus yet?
No, it will be my first time on Friday.
Okay, yeah. So it would be your classes would be in University Hall, U Hall.
So that's on the main campus. So you'll see University Hall on your tour on Friday also.
Okay, I see. Perfect. And maybe not sure, maybe you could give me a little like insight. Is this like your first year, your second year, and then like your experience regarding your master's program?
Yeah, definitely. I'm in my third semester currently. I really enjoy the program. Um, I Yeah, it's essentially like a mental health counseling program, even though I want to go into career counseling, but it's the foundation for what we do and how we support students. A lot of my classmates are pursuing their LPCCs. So they're becoming like clinical counselors in K through 12. But yeah, I really enjoy the program. I really like my professors. I don't know what else would be helpful to you if you want like anything more specific than that. The classrooms are I mean, you probably already know this because you already done your research, but like the classes are great because it's like 20 students, so you get to know the professors and your classmates really well. But yeah, is there anything more specific that you wanted to know about?
Um, just in general, since that's my interest right now, I want to do the career um counseling of higher education. I was just, but it's completely different than what you're doing, right? Your counseling is in mental health area.
No,
Like,
no, I
no?
am so college counseling and student affairs is higher education. I'm going into a career in higher education counseling, but you have to have like a mental health counseling base. Like, if you look at the classes that are part of our program, a lot of the mental health counseling. Like
Okay, I
that's the
see.
foundation. That's like the foundation of classes that you will take. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But during open house, do you think, I'm not sure if Emily could be able to answer this question, be able to connect with somebody there regarding the program?
Yeah. So our counseling admissions team will be there. So when I say our counseling admissions team, so counseling has three different program tracks. So the first track is the college counseling and student affairs, which seems like you're interested in. The second track is the school counseling with the PPS credential. And the third track is the counseling mental health with the LPCC eligibility. So all the programs kind of build on each other. So the college counseling, student affairs, and all the other two counseling programs, like Matt was saying, you kind of take the same foundational counseling classes, but then you'll take more additional classes more specific to college counseling, student affairs, while the other two programs will take classes more specific to either mental health or school counseling. So our counseling representative, her name's Cheryl Hugo, she will be at the event and you'll be able to connect with her.
Perfect. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Emily, for that.
It's confusing. 3 programs in one kind of
You
thing.
said it better than I could. So.
And then I'm sorry, but can you go back to where you said regarding where the agencies that you showed were
Oh, the
usually
different companies.
students get hired from? Yeah, there you go.
Uh-huh.
I just wanted to scan the URL.
Yeah, and just so you know,
Okay, yeah.
the School of Education has their own like career fair. I believe it's in the spring, and they bring in like agencies and schools from all over. They kind of like a big fair, typically in University Hall. So I've been in attendance. I know Leticia has been there too in the past, and it's a great popular event for all of the School of Education students specifically. Maybe it's the
Perfect.
nonprofit fair. Leticia, do you remember the exact name?
I think it might be like nonprofit community something
Yeah, it's something
there.
like that. But it is mainly for the School of Education.
Yes.
And my last question, for you, Matt, just wondering, did you had any type of experiences, before getting into that program, like some type of counseling?
Slightly. So, my career journey, basically, I can tell you, like, I finished my bachelor's degree in 2018. I worked for 7 to 8 years before I realized that I wanted to change my career and go to grad school. So I was working in finance, at a bank where I found out that there was like a volunteer opportunity to work with high school and college students. And so I started doing that, like I started volunteering and I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like I would love to do this as a career. And so I was a mentor, I was a student success coach. I had a few different roles where I was supporting high school and college students with their academic and professional development. And so that really like pushed me to want to go to grad school and do counseling. So it's not exactly like counseling, but like coaching is very similar. Counseling is like more elevated, but yeah, I had some experience before I went into grad school with that.
Do you recommend getting some type of experiences, some insight in counseling um before it's going into a program as counseling?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend volunteering, or if you can secure like a part-time job where you're doing like what are you interested in working in higher education? Yeah, I think you said
Yes.
that, right?
Yes, I
Are there
am.
any volunteer opportunities or part-time jobs that you could find out about and apply to those and
That I'm aware of at the moment, no.
so yeah, I mean it's a great idea. I wouldn't say it's required necessarily. I mean you can go to grad school without having that experience, but it is a good way to like get a sense of if it's really what you want to do for your career. So I found it to be very beneficial to have that experience.
V, and also in the program, there's opportunities for experiences too. Matt, have you done any of the like the practicum or the internship hours yet?
No, I haven't, but yeah, thank you for mentioning
Yeah.
that. We do have to do field work, which is at the end of the program. So I haven't done it yet because I'm in my third semester, but I will be starting field work um, basically like a year from now. And that's for our program for college counseling and student affairs, that's 300 hours. And LMU partners with different community colleges and four-year universities where you can do your field work at and get the experience before graduating.
You'll have,
And
Does that answer your question?
yes, it does.
Awesome.
I was just gonna say you'll also have field work support as well to help you get placed at one of those sites. And then
Yeah, definitely.
as far as like building up your resume, getting some experience, I know that the community colleges are often looking to hire peer advisors or like temporary summer counselors. So that might be a good way to look at some of the local LA community colleges. Even some Cal States are looking for those. So definitely keep your eye out.
Yeah, at the community college level, you could also look for jobs that say like student success coach.
Yes.
That would be another example.
And then I'm sorry, I'm taking more of your time, but
No, you're
um,
all good. I'm here for your questions.
and then two more things. One is usually most of the students that are getting admitted to the counseling program, are they already coming from a background of counseling? Or most of them are completely a different background.
I would say it really varies. I can just tell you from my experience, but maybe Emily and Letitia could tell you differently. But like for me and my classmates, like I have some classmates who have already worked in higher education, but they just wanted to elevate their education and they wanted to get paid a little bit more. Maybe they wanted to do a different role. There are some people who have never worked in higher education before and just wanted to completely like change their career track and do something different that they were more passionate about. But yeah, it really varies. Um, so yeah, if this is something that you're really interested in, I would say, pursue it, but don't feel like you have to have a ton of experience in it. But it's up to everyone. It's your own personal choice.
Yeah, so Leticia and I actually both have very similar degrees, master's in higher ed student affairs, basically. So we both kind of did the same thing. This is what we do. And I think that like I went in with like a little experience, not much, but I did something very similar to what Matt's doing right now. Is when I was in my program, I had a graduate assistantship and I worked 20 hours a week, for the full 2 years in an admission office. And kind of gained experience with that. And then when it came to my field work, I just really dove in. Um, Matt actually worked in our office over the summer to get some admission experience. So there's a lot of opportunities on campus to gain more experience if you don't have any. So don't let not having experience scare you. And I also think in the long run, our degrees are very transferable. Being able to have a type of counseling degree kind of goes in and translates into a lot of fields. So say in, I don't know, 6 years, you don't really want to do this anymore. There's a lot of things that you can still do with the degree.
Yeah, that's a great point, Emily. And yeah, I worked at graduate admissions over the summer. I found that job on Workday. So if you become an LMU student, there are a lot of job opportunities on Workday. You could even apply to like CPD, like they hire graduate assistants like me. A lot of the student workers are undergrads, but there's graduate assistants as well if you want to get more experience.
Yeah, and then your application is really your way of showcasing why you're interested in the field with the like required personal statement and being able to translate the skills that you've learned elsewhere and your experience in previous positions or in undergrad and how some of those skills might transfer over to higher ed. So within your application, even though you might not have, some background in higher ed, you'll be able to really tell your story and share why you want to switch to the higher ed field.
Perfect. And also, is this more of like in person, online? Do you know if it's a more of a traditional kind of class? And then majority of the students are working or they're just going to school strictly?
Do you want me to answer that, Emily?
Yeah, good, Matt.
Okay. Yeah, good question. So it's both in person and remote. My class so far have been, yeah, like literally in person at U-Haul or online over Zoom. And then most of my classmates are working during the day, and then the classes are in the evening, so it's set up that way on purpose. I do have some classmates that do not work, but they're taking like a heavier, typically they're taking like a heavier load of classes. So for me, like I'm taking 2 classes this semester, but I have 2 jobs, and then I have a required volunteer experience for one of my classes, which is Foundations of Counseling. So yeah, hopefully that gives you a good sense of things.
How do you manage all balancing work and
Well,
school and life?
it might sound like a lot, but it's actually like my part-time jobs are, even though they're 2 jobs, I'm only working like 20 to 25 hours a week, because one is like a work study job at LMU that have limited hours, and then the volunteering is like once a week for like 3 hours a week, but it's like required for my class, so like I have to do it. But how do I manage? I mean, just maintaining my wellness, like eating well, getting good sleep, meditating, journaling. If you go into the counseling profession, you'll have to learn to really take care of yourself and prioritize your well-being and your mental health. If you're going to be supporting, other people with their challenges or their ups and downs, you have to do that for yourself. So that's actually like a really good aspect of this program, College Counseling and Student Affairs, is that the professors promote that, and in the classes they teach that to really take care of yourself.
Well, I know
Sorry,
we're
maybe
about
I'm
it. I know we're about at time. Do you have any other questions for Matt or for the program or CPD or anything?
and don't how long is this just is it a 2-year program or a 3-year program?
It's 2-year program. Yeah.
2-year program. Okay. Well, yeah, definitely. I look forward for the open house, and then if I have any additional questions, I'll definitely ask over there at the event. I appreciate you guys actually. Good thing it was a one-on-one because I was able to get a little bit insight of the information, and you guys were able to provide me with a lot of information.
Great. Well,
Of course,
we will
yeah.
see you. We'll see you on Friday. And Matt, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. It's good to see you both.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Matt.
All right. Bye.
Thanks,
Have a
Thanks,
Lee.
great
D.
Good
rest of your
night.
Good
night.
luck.